again, everybody. This is Dr. Glenn Peterson with Infinite Wellness, and we're beginning a new part to our video series today. I will refer back to Patricia. We are calling this
the Meet and Greet series.
Our Meet and Greet series, which I love. We're bringing in other health practitioners, other people who are involved in healthcare or wellness of different fields. And the reason we're doing that is because obviously we've, in the past, been through a lot of our videos. You've seen a lot of my work. We are trying to show the world that while I can do a lot of things and I've got the capability, there are lots of other practitioners that I consult, confer with, that I bring in, and that I want you to understand are available and out there to you. So today we have one of our very elite, very esteemed colleagues with us. This is David Fischer. He is with Reiki Rife Healing
Energy work.
Energy work. Thank you. Reiki Rife Energy work over in Knightdale, North Carolina, where I used to be, my old practice stomping ground. So now that we're up here in Raleigh, I still refer and I still tell people a lot about David. He is one of the most trusted people I know, and we'd like to kind of bring him in and discuss a little bit about some of the commonalities we have as well as some of our differences. So I will refer immediately to David. Tell us a little bit about what exactly is Reiki Rife Energy work.
Reiki Rife Energy work is the thing I founded based on my wife's migraines. She had issues back in 2018 where I ended up discovering what a PEMF device is, a pulse electromagnetic field therapy device is. And I purchased one. And it helped her. It helped her migraines actually, diminish. Didn't go away completely, but just helped it calm it down to where she could actually manage it day by day. So that's why I really got into Rifing and all that, and then it eventually led me to Reiki, which I'm a Reiki master as well. And during Reiki, I've defined and reframed what Reiki is. Other modalities I offer is Rifing, which is resonant frequency healing, using resonant frequency, or what Dr. Royal Raymond Wright called modal oscillatory rates. It actually can destroy a pathogen that might be inside you without harming the other healthy tissue around it. And the last thing I have is what is more theoretical, is scalar energy, or what Nikola Tesla called radiant energy. And that is where two electromagnetic frequencies actually overlap and create an energy field.
Okay, so putting that back into standard language for the rest of our folks out there, that's okay. No, that's awesome. All of that is actually a big portion of why we're bringing you in, is because a lot of these energy techniques that a lot of us are using. In my case, most of my energy work is done through acupuncture. There's a little bit more information out there around about it, whereas Reiki and Rife maybe have a little less at this time. We want to educate people on the concept that energy is a part of healing. Mm-hmm. It's not just a physical thing. It's not just and we do a lot of talks in our video series about ways to eat, ways to live, things you can do to improve health. But when we get into the energy side of it, obviously my only true endowment into that is acupuncture. Acupuncture is awesome. We work in a standard set of energy pathways throughout the body. They call them meridians. Fancy terminology. But it's basically energy manipulation.
Yes. Which
what I'm hearing is very similar to what you're doing, just in a different manner, as opposed to following a 2,500-year-old Chinese and French linear series of energy points throughout the body. What energy pathways are you really affecting?
We affect the ion channels on cell membranes, where like the PEMF actually is a time phased pulsed electromagnetic field that actually affects your ion gradients, where it can affect your stem. I'm trying to keep this down.
It's okay. So we're basically dealing in electrical charges.
Right. Electrical, yes. You're basically changing the polarity of your cells.
Excellent. So it's cellular, and it is at that level.
Yes, it is.
That's the beauty. Exactly. So a lot of times, and I've done a lot of research in cellular level techniques, how to help people on a just base cellular level. That is not something I have an opportunity to offer. Like I said, we manipulate energy pathways using meridians. But on a cellular level, really the only thing we discuss as chiropractors is food, nutritional value. But there are ways to affect it other than just how we eat. And we all know that all these things are incorporated, food and exercise and different lifestyles. But this is another channel where you have the opportunity, I believe my patients now can kind of see that there are true techniques out there to work on a very cellular level. And that cellular level is very important. There are lots of things that are important to us, not just physical health. Patricia.
So I know what an acupuncture experience would be like, but if I came to you for Reiki or any of your services, what would I experience during my time there?
So what you would experience during the time for a Reiki is more of during the session itself, you'll feel a little warm sensation from my hands through light touch. With the PEMP device, you're going to feel like your body's tingling because the Hertzian energy actually hits your through your whole body, and it feels like you got little tingling things going all over your body. But if you don't feel it, it doesn't mean that it's not working. It's just everybody's tuned differently to frequency, and so we have to actually learn to tune your body to the treatment that you're looking for.
Excellent. And that takes time, more than one visit sometimes,
Right.
doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Yes. Another thing we talk a great deal about here is a lot of people will come in, same for acupuncture. That first treatment, you may not feel much, but your body may be that far out of tune with its normal energy pathway, or in your case, its normal cellular energy and the way that it's communicating in particular, right? Cellular communication. We talk about
That's
that.
one form of communication. The PEP uses an exogenous field to actually create a field around you to influence your cells because through biological structure water, you can actually influence the cell membrane to keep a charge, hold a charge, and keep that lasting charge, even if the source information goes away.
So the idea is to get the body to keep that.
To keep that in memory.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And us too. Exactly. Balancing in the meridians is the same concept. It's easy to balance at one shot.
Another path to get through to your energy channels would be through entrainment. That would be through rhythmic operations like breathing or whatnot, because
Absolutely.
energy has to do with regulation, and regulation has to do with your autonomic systems, where your breathing is rhythmic, your pulse is rhythmic,
Excellent.
your neurotransmitters are oscillating, so they're rhythmic. You're an energetic being.
Absolutely. And the word you use there I really like, because we've also talked and done a little bit of video before on the autonomic nervous system, which we do a lot of treatment with in acupuncture, trying to bring down most of our world. We've seen this recently, fight or flight, right? Everybody's living in a state of fight or flight. So we're constantly under a barrage of stressors, internal, external, grief.
Stressors are good to a certain extent.
Correct.
Because you need that information.
Exactly.
Because your nervous system actually takes those and interprets that.
That's correct.
And see, that gets into what Reiki does, and we actually help maintain the regulatory system.
Yes.
Balance it.
Balance it, yes.
Yes.
Awesome. I love that. And we talked about that as well, right? Fight or flight is awesome if you're trying to get away from a bear. We're very happy our body has the capabilities. It needs to do that, and it needs to handle short-term stress. But if we live in it.
But if you're in fight or flight, that
Yes.
means that you can't do recovery.
That's correct.
So you're not going to heal.
Yes.
So the idea is to balance yourself first before you were to like get surgery or something like that. Because
Absolutely.
then where energy flows, then healing goes.
Yes.
So if you balance your systems, or at least get it in coherence, where it's in sync, then you can have your doctor actually work with you a lot better with healing.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you've alluded to a couple of things. I want to hit that before we go. But he talked about, in particular, things like headaches and things like pre-surgical work. Well, what are some of the other great things that you are able to kind of help with, things you've seen in your practice?
What I've seen and what I've actually experienced myself, let's say you go out working out in the yard and you're digging holes in your yard, and your lower back is really hurt.
Yes.
Okay, so there's a wellness program that I have for the PEMP that's called wear and tear, or what is it? My back's hurting me.
Awesome.
It's weird names, but either way, what it does is actually get rid of, it helps me get rid of my back pain, and by 30 minutes, the pain is really diminished.
Excellent.
And the next day I'm not stiff, I'm not hurting or anything like that. So
these are great ways to kind of tone down some of that overexertion.
Right.
Overexertion. That's another one. Yeah, obviously. We love to do that here also with chiropractic and things of that nature. The structural side of that is if you hurt yourself as opposed to just overexerting or doing too much, we're there to correct some of the misalignment or the other things that might occur during that time where there's real pain. And those things are more the structural side. But this is the portion that a lot of people, kind of miss out on sometimes, and it's that muscle side. And we will be bringing in, we've got a great massage therapist we're going to talk with. She'll talk a little bit more about, dealing with muscle tone and some of those things. But yeah, this is some great information. And it leaves me with another, ability to have someone that I can say, hey, you know, this is a trusted individual for me. And some of the stuff that you're dealing with on a more cellular, more basic level needs to be addressed.
Yes.
Absolutely. So it's great having David here with us today. This has been fun. I love this. This is a good news series. We thank Patricia for doing this for us. So thank you for tuning in. We're grateful to have you here. We're grateful for you watching us and spreading some of this information. Please like the channel, subscribe, and let people know. Share this. We'd love to have some more. If you have questions about anything that was said in today's video, or even questions you'd like to know more about for either David or myself, I'll make sure they get passed on to him. If it's something I can't answer, something I can, I'll be happy to talk to you. But please give us those questions. We'd love to continue on.